And our pal Aaron Imholte back there doing time. Hard time. He's out, guys. He's out, by the way, in case anybody's worried.
Aaron does not make me come.
It's the story everybody's talking about. You know? You're muted.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I said I knew he was.
Tell him that.
That was the first and last time. It was his first time he ever did it. I gotta give him one.
I knew he was out when he was licking cum off of his wife's tits.
Well, he put out a tweet saying he's taking the night off, which, you know, somebody's learning to keep their mouth shut, I guess.
Yeah, right.
It's wild. So, Froggy, we had welcome everybody. Please hit like, hit. I love this headline. Disgraced morning DJ arrested during sentencing hearing for non-consensual dissemination of sexual images. What a headline!
Wow,
that felt personal. That headline.
Mugshot.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. He's got like wrestler tan, you know.
Looks like a Cheeto.
Yeah. No, so we had somebody that was going, right, that reached out to us and said they're going to be in the court.
We did, and they were there. They met up with Melton. I guess Melton and our friend and a few others met for breakfast and then went over to the courthouse. The first thing that's interesting that he said was while they were waiting, they were sort of waiting for Aaron to come in, and I guess his lawyer kind of peeked out and saw them all there. So as Aaron was coming in the building, he directed him like around the back door.
Dude, first of all, this is the price you pay.
You've known a lot about going around the back door soon.
Yeah, but this is the price you pay when you're a big celebrity. Yeah. You know, Aaron has always said he's box office. Steel Toe is box office. So what's he surprised about?
Well, the irony is, guess who wound up sitting right behind Aaron in court?
Melton?
Melton.
Oh, that's funny. That's
and Melton,
funny.
from what I'm told, was sitting there doing courthouse sketches on a notepad of Aaron as Aaron's right in front of him.
Do you know who was sitting behind? You know who was sitting behind Melton?
I don't.
Nobody. There's can't see anything. So, you know. All right. Well, I think before we get into the actual what happened, maybe we should take a look at how Aaron was going into this afternoon's proceedings. Right? He did a show this morning.
Of course.
Wow. Ooh. Balls of steel, this guy. All right, let's go.
It's going to be, I think,
by the way, quick,
for me.
Shout out Stalin 19. This is his clip. I trimmed it down a bit, but I got this from him. Thank you.
Thank you to Stalin 19. Thank you to all the Clippers, man. Doom, Stalin. If you go on their YouTube pages, I believe they have a link to PayPal or something. So if you can, throw them a few bucks, man.
Yeah, do that.
They got to sit through this shit. I pay my guys to sit through shit, so.
Today's going to be, I think, for me, it's going to be the lead up to is going to be the craziest part. Like, I'm very excited to just have the whole process be done.
He's excited.
This is kind of the day I've been waiting for forever.
Oh, yeah.
Today is a great day.
Well, it ended up, for a lot of people, yes.
It's finally going to be over. I did see that the hearing is scheduled for 15 minutes.
You know what's crazy? Here he is taking the night off, where if he would have gone on, he would have beat everybody's numbers.
Yeah.
He would have actually been able to say, I beat everybody. Not with this restream or fucking multi-stream and all this bullshit. He would legit have like 3,000 people watching him tonight if he went live.
I think he went live in the morning because he had a feeling he wasn't going to be going live in the afternoon. In the evening,
Yeah.
he might have missed it because he was stuck in jail.
Do you think, Frog, having heard from what you've heard, do you think he had any idea that this was going to go down like this today?
No. And you're going to find that out the more you watch this clip. I'll jump in and point it out, but there are several times where he seems to have a bad misunderstanding of the process he's going through.
But look at his face. His body language says it all. He can talk a big talk the whole time, saying that everything's great. You know, me and the judge are going to be chummy. It's going to be a breeze, a cakewalk, if you will. I'll be in there 15 minutes. I'll be in there. He said.
Yep.
It's going to be for 15 minutes.
Slap on the wrist. Slap on the wrist, I believe, was
right.
used.
But look at that face. That is, I'm shitting my pants in real time right now. Face.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all smiles and, you know, the swagger at the beginning of the week. What were you expecting to see handcuffs on me? You know, like just all this shit talking.
I mean, it happened. It happened.
Yeah.
It can always happen. And it can happen. Listen, anybody can get caught up in some shit. But, you know, to have this mentality like, I didn't do nothing wrong. It's fine. They can throw as many allegations as they want against me. It's all everything's set and done. It's like, no, not necessarily, dude.
So do you think he's just in denial, or was he, you know, faking it?
I don't think he knew. I think this lawyer. I don't think at any point this attorney was like, "Hey, there's a chance they may," because. From what I understand, the judge was privy to some things that his attorney did not know that the judge had, which we'll get into. But let's play this.
That happens.
Yeah.
So it does kind of sound like we're just gonna, you know, everyone's gonna read their stuff that they brought. The judge is gonna, you know, go through the sentence that we agreed to at the plea hearing, and they're gonna shuffle us out of there.
Okay,
you know?
so this is the first part
actual,
where you
like the lead up.
Understand what's going on. He
Okay.
says the judge is going to accept the plea deal, and we're going to go on our way. In his mind, he seems to think that because his attorney and the prosecutor reached an agreement, that the judge has to accept that, and that is not the case whatsoever.
Gotcha.
Up and everything of, you know, it's kind of like everything else with this whole deal. It's like, you know, let's hurry up and get this thing over with. And it's been almost a year. I am excited that I get to get everything off my chest today, that I get to say everything I want to say because I haven't been allowed to.
Okay, so this is number 2 part of where he seems to misunderstand what is happening here. And it comes up again later, but tell me if it doesn't seem like he thinks that since the agreement's already done and the judge can't change what they've agreed to, it seems like he was going to go in there and put Nick and Kayla on blast. Like, listen to him talk about his plan for going in there and reading his thing and setting the record straight.
Right.
Well, I think setting the record straight is bullshit. I think he was going to go in there with like this victim, you know, like not victim, but kind of own up to what he did, like be a completely different guy than he is on the air. I think he wrote like a scene, you know what I mean, to like try and sell this to the judge just in case. But maybe you're right.
Listen to what he says and then tell me if you think I'm wrong.
It's so I haven't. I get to do that today, and once I do that, like I've done for the last week or so, I will consider it all done. You know, all feuds are over on my end. All this whole last year and a half, well, not quite 2 years. This last year and a half or so is all gets to be a bad memory. It all gets to be a bad dream. And I get to move on with my wonderful, incredible life with amazing people who care about me. Again, I'm very excited to be done with the whole thing. And
he looks thrilled.
You know, there's going to be people who are disappointed by today. I want to tell them, stop investing so much of your life into strangers, and then you won't have to have these feelings all the time. And no matter what you do, I know you're going to be upset. Do not come to me to work out your feelings.
Oh, boy, that did not hold up well after today, huh?
No.
Why? Why would you set yourself up for this?
Don't come running back to the old toe.
Oh, my God. Oh, he's the best.
This will wind up being a win for him, Shuli. He will find a way in his demented little mind to turn.
Okay, let's think about this. How is this? How is this a win? How is this a win?
Andy nailed it before the show. I'll let him tell you his theory.
Our Canadian
Or I'll tell
attorney.
you this.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, Discount. What's your theory?
Frog, maybe you could refresh my memory what my theory was.
Am I the only one here that's not retarded? His theory was
Hey,
that what
hey,
he's
whoa,
gonna say
whoa.
is,
Like, you're going
Wow.
from racism to now,
Yeah, dude, the guy's got
whoa.
no teeth. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
wow.
He's
I was
Canadian. He
also
can't help
inferring
it.
that you guys are retarded.
Wow, boy.
Now I
you
got to
go
call my
hard.
sponsor again.
Yeah, dude. He's going to relapse because of you, man. All
Andy's
right.
theory was the spin will be that because Aaron's such a big celebrity, the judge had to make an example out of him.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
I did say that.
I like that. That's a good, oh, man. That's not a crazy bet in the sports book, in the Dabbleverse
Yeah,
sports book.
yeah.
That's
She
not
had-
a long
her hands
shot.
were tied.
Look, this is what they do when big celebrities make a little boo-boo, a little mistake, you know?
Look what they're doing to Diddy.
Look, right. Right.
Well, actually, Diddy got a better deal than Aaron. I mean, I think they dropped a lot of shit off of Diddy's plate. Aaron, on the other hand, is still
Yeah.
dealing with jail. Diddy might get out scot-free.
If Aaron goes to jail, there'll be some more Diddy going on.
You know what I'm saying? Baby oil central over there.
Just let it go. I didn't care about your feelings to begin with in this whole process. I certainly am not going to care about them once it's all over and done with. I'm just today is the day I've been waiting for, essentially. Todd, my attorney, who is fantastic. If you ever need somebody, call Todd Peterson.
Yeah.
Todd is kind of laid out.
Yeah. I won't. Thanks.
If you want somebody to not give it to you straight.
The lay of the land for me today.
And I'm just making a joke. I don't know. Todd could have told this guy this is him just trying to blow smoke up everybody's ass watching. I don't know. You know?
Well, this is what happens when you're an anti-Semite and you don't get a Jewish lawyer. You know,
Yep.
True. Yeah.
Todd.
Yep.
If your lawyer's name is Todd, get the fuck out of there right now. Get somebody. Get a Saul. Get a
Herschel.
an
Herschel would
Ira.
be
A
good.
Herschel.
Let me tell you something. Herschel, you're home free, buddy. You don't even have to show up. It's all Zoom. Herschel's in his robe and his pajamas. Yeah, you're fine. You're
Yeah,
fine.
but
Shuli's Jewish. He can't help it. And I don't mean that as a joke.
Yeah, I gave Kanye the same advice with those swastika shirts. You know, I said, this is the you don't have Jews in your merch business. You get 25 20, 30 bucks for a swastika shirt. You go $9.99. The shekels are endless from that. Idiot.
Kanye. Boobala.
Yay.
What are you
Hey, we're all set. Like I said, we made our deal, so there's no secret there. And now it's just, getting it all. The plea itself is in writing. That's all done. Now it's just having the judge kind of tell us what we already know.
You're going to jail.
And if,
Wow, he did a Mike Morse swing, like he just nailed the killer line.
having the judge kind of tell us what we already know.
Wow, I didn't realize how douchey that looks. I'm sorry.
Can you blame any lawyer who is forced to work with the like of Steel Toe or Stud Joe? Well, especially because these guys are very similar in the sense that neither of them keep their fucking mouth shut.
Right.
And of course, everybody getting to have their say. Everybody getting to get everything off their chest, which I'm excited about. Also,
Why does he make a statement? He's not a victim. Like, why is he making this? To try and lessen the blow, right? That would be the only reason.
I guess, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like
I'm
he's
saying-
trying to explain himself. And
No,
from,
I
guess.
That's on me. I asked that. I'm saying, why is he given the opportunity to make a statement? That's more of the question. Like, shouldn't the person who's the victim give the one and only statement? You always see those, murderers where the family gets to fucking scream at him and shit in court.
Right. But then they also, I think it's both sides. And then they also get to do a plea of why, I've changed.
Everyone
Right,
gets a
right.
final statement. If it's in front of, is it in front of a jury or just in front of a judge? It's just in front of a judge, but
It's
still,
just judge, yeah.
he can.
It looks like a jury. It's just. It looks like a jury. It's just Melton sitting behind him, but it's
right.
all right. I'll go up a notch. Whoops, sorry.
Boys and girls, if you would respect this after today is done, we're
What?
not going to talk about any of it anymore. I think it's better for everyone that
I don't think
Okay,
that's
so
the way
this-
it works.
So this tells me he might have known. Him saying this, I think maybe Todd must have given him a call and was like, I don't know. Who knows?
No, this was part of the epiphany he had while camping with his kids this weekend.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
you
he
don't
doing
remember? He had an
shrooms?
epiphany.
I had an epiphany camping once, but I took an eighth of shrooms to the face.
Yeah, he was like, kids, get used to this. I'm going to lose everything and have to live in the woods.
Guys, I was hanging out with a half Indian yesterday, high on peyote. I was going on my spirit journey. And I saw a white buffalo in the horizon, and I said to myself, Toe, I said, you got to change your ways. No more titty pics.
But it was just Melton.
Yeah, it was just Melton.
all goes away. It all goes away.
Oh boy, I need that drop. Oh,
But here
I
he is
want that.
giving an ultimatum about no one's going to be. No, we're not talking about this anymore because it's all going away. I don't want to hear any more word from any of you people either discussing this because I'm not. He was ready to write it off like I'm not talking about it anymore. This is a chapter of my life I'm going to close. I don't want you guys super chatting about it or anything.
Let me tell you something. He will talk about it again because the super chat is more important than anything else.
Yeah.
And him avoiding discussing this, he will learn, he will see very quickly that the numbers, meaning super chats, are going down because he can't answer any of the questions because he'll refuse. He never puts them up anyways. But so I think that's what's going to get him to talk is the need for money, or he quits, and just goes and gets a gig somewhere.
Maybe you start doing stand-up. That seems to be the way to go.
Go for it.
Right.
Why not?
Or do porn. Do porn first and then do stand-up. That's usually the way it goes.
Go back into wrestling. Maybe Eugene needs another opponent. Maybe you guys can relive that fucking drama again.
Yeah, but Eugene can't wrestle somebody more retarded than him. You know what I mean? Like he's the retard, not
Putting
the
a
guy
hat on
he's
a hat
wrestling.
there,
Yeah.
Yeah, viewers will be high, but the money will not. Once people see he's not answering any questions and he's refusing to even address it, well, why would you super chat him? He's not going to even put it up when he does answer it. So, yeah, he's going to go back to good old radio. Yeah, man. More Jew jokes, right, Aaron?
It all goes away. I'm just so happy that everything's coming to an end today. That it's all
Career,
done.
my life, my
I'm
family.
just so thrilled with that. I've made some mistakes in my life. I've kept feuds alive. I've let others keep feuds alive longer than they should have been kept alive. And I'm here today to let the whole thing die. And I'm very excited about that. Everyone's like, if you need anything,
like $5,000.
if you need anything,
that is something you needed.
Yeah.
I've talked to my representation. It sounds like everything's pretty straightforward today. I'm all set. All set. That address or my final speech today is going to be incredibly cathartic. That's going to feel.
See? It's going to be incredibly cathartic. Does that sound like he's going to go up there and be like, I'm so sorry. I know I fucked up. No, he's going to go in there and be like, this is all bullshit. This is internet trolls trying to fuck me over. Make this a win for the toe and drop all the charges.
Kelso says, you think he's making this statement hoping the judge sees it and takes more pity on him?
No.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, JoJo, and I think you're right to a certain extent, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if he knew this was going to go south today, if he had any idea this might go south.
I don't think he did.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Now, you know who you're dealing with here. You know, there are many John-like qualities where, you know, people can say, you know, and of course, lawyers are always going to put the best spin on it. It's probably going to be good. I don't think we have anything to worry about. He takes, I don't think we have anything to worry about. It's sealed, it's locked.
But here's the problem with that theory is that why would he make such a cathartic speech then if he thought he needed to sway the judge's decision? Why didn't he just take a knee and let the clock run out if he thought he had it all cinched up and in the bag? Why he just has to sit there and let the judge, you know, give him
that's how
sentence.
confident he is that he can go up and say, listen.
Right, but then he's going to make a cathartic speech about stuff
he's
well,
not.
hold on. Could it be cathartic because on the air he's talked this big and now he's in front of the judge saying, this is who I really am. I've said and done stupid things on the air. That's my audience pushing me to do that. You know, blaming the audience, not taking any responsibility. Could that be the angle of it? Because did he? Oh, hold on. He didn't read anything today, right? He didn't even get a chance to read or say anything, did he?
No, he said a total of 3 words. Yes, Your Honor.
Wow. So he got locked up and he didn't get that cathartic feeling. That sucks. That sucks.
Maybe that's the goal tomorrow. I'll read the cathartic speech.
Oh, maybe he'll fucking read the speech.
For
that would
money.
be unbelievable.
For money.
Yeah.
He'll do it for Super Chat. Oh, yeah.
Guys, hit him up and ask him, say you'll Super Chat him if he reads the speech he was going to read.
$20 a sentence, $50 a paragraph. For $150, I'll change the admission to guilty.
Can a man cry? Can a man have feelings?
What are boobs?
Really good to give that. I'm looking forward to that today, and then
see. But then I see this, and I'm like, maybe he did know because he's like Johnny on the show every day, you know. Which I saw such a funny. I think Doom put it together. Johnny in complete and total denial. We watched like a minute of it on Blunder today, but for like 8 minutes in this video, Johnny's just like, "You're all full of shit. I don't believe a word you're fucking saying.
I don't care."
And he's like, "I don't give a shit," you know. And then later on, he's like, "All right, well, I mean, I don't know what's going on." He's, Oompa loser.
And after that, I mean, that's the deal. It's like if you bury the past and you put it behind you, then there's really nothing. There's no punishment today. Like you only punish yourself by carrying on the past. But if you bury the past and you burn it and you kill it and it's done, then you just move on with the rest of your life.
Where'd this motherfucker camp?
It's like Aaron Rodgers with the ayahuasca.
Yeah.
And you behave yourself. It's really, really good.
So here's this is the question I have. Maybe Joe, because Joe is spearheading this whole thing. I think I wanted to ask Joe. So, do you think he's gonna face jail time in October? Because where does this go? Like, where's his case gonna go? Everything is pretty much. There's no more evidence, right? There's no more anything he can give to
like
plead his case.
What are the possible punishments for this? Like, what can he get for this?
I believe it was 90 days in jail, but it's possible, and I'll tell you why. So here's what goes down in the court today. So the first thing is,
fill us in. Yeah, go ahead.
The bailiff comes out to the audience and says, "Who's here to watch the Imholte case?" And everybody raises their hand, of course. And he says there's no filming or recording or devices allowed in the courtroom today. So everyone's like, "Ah, shit, what do we do?" Well, one of the Dabblers took everybody's phones, went to his car and put them in his car, and then came back so everybody could be there. So there's no recordings or anything. And so when the judge comes out, from what I was told, she pretty much laced into him off rip. She was like, the violation that he claimed was a fuzzy violation, if you remember him saying that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she didn't think it was so fuzzy.
Pretty clear.
She seemed to take it very seriously. Yeah, she.
Mr. Imholte, my cunt is fuzzy. This fucking bullshit that you're putting on here with a big Minnesota accent.
This is fully shaved.
Yeah.
I heard that there were people sending this judge, this woman, clips and you know, laying out every time Aaron violated this agreement.
Indeed.
And
she described it as a mountain of evidence.
Wow. So he literally just walked into this fucking ambush, to this trap.
But you know what? My apologies to Todd Peterson. You're not Jewish. You can't help it.
Right.
Yeah,
just how
nobody's
you are.
perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. You did the best you could. You had a fool for a client, and that guy just couldn't keep his mouth shut. He was podcasting all his fucking dirty laundry for the last 6-7 months, and it doesn't help.
If anyone's ever had any dealings with a lawsuit, with court, with charge, with if you have an attorney, and I'm not saying Todd is not a good attorney. I'm sure, 100% sure that Todd told him not to talk about stuff on the air. 100% sure. But you have these people that they literally have nothing going on in life, so there's always something. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? People who got nothing, always got something to complain about, always got something to fucking bitch about, always, did you hear this? They're always that's when people got nothing going on. John, KB, this guy, you know, they're all the same.
Yeah, and a lot of times they think it really doesn't apply to them because, you know, listen, this is my job. And so I can say anything I want. It's that privileged thought.
Right. But he needs to podcast in order to make whatever money he needs. But guess what? There's kids out there and people who do Legos. They open gifts. They pop bubble wrap. Like find something else to fucking do until your lawsuit is done. Eat more butter. Eat Velveeta. Change more tires. Do something. You know, do anything except talk about your fucking court case.
Well, and you bring up something that he should kind of just lean into naturally, which is morning radio stunts. Like start doing that. Be the morning zookeeper you've always wanted. Yazoo. You know, get in there. Start doing that shit. How about we're gonna eat the hottest chip on earth, guys, right after the break. And there's no break because you're not on radio.
Right. We're going to shoot Johnny Crutches out of a cannon. Stay tuned.
What were you saying, Frog?
It's funny that you brought up KB because you remember how in that clip we watched yesterday, Imholte was talking about how he respects KB because KB comes to him and is like, hey, man, you bring the numbers. Come on the show. Well, today KB was watching clips of Aaron and talking about how he's got to dig deeper into this story now. So.
He sees people making money now, so now KB's interested in Aaron. Got it.
I'm curious what Imholte's take on that is.
Yeah,
he was on.
I'm sure it's not Kevin's. Kevin's not doing anything bad. I'm sure Aaron's fine with it.
Oh, of course.
You know.
So this is how it ends up. So the judge doubles his bail. So he had a $50,000 bond on the first go around that, you know, got him out of jail the first time. So she doubled it to $100,000. That's why they took him into custody. Because technically now he hasn't paid his bail, you know.
Right. Wow.
So he had to go into jail and get booked again and then pay another $5,000 to get out. So just to recap for everybody playing along at home, he spent $5,000 to get out of jail the first time, $5,000 to get out of jail this time, and $8,000 on his lawyer. So $18,000 on this big nothing burger.
To send a text to Gino, a picture of Gino. First of all, you'd have to pay me $18,000 today just to get me to text Gino hello. That's number one. Number two, like, he's such an idiot. He's such an idiot.
And you do it on the air. You do it in public when, you know, hundreds or 100 or 50 people are watching. It's just the
all
dumbest
it takes
thing
is
you could
one
possibly do.
person. All it takes is one person to be watching you to send that to a judge.
I would never advocate doing what he did. I think it's fucked up. It's obviously a crime, but a lot of people do that privately. They don't do it on the air.
Correct.
But don't do it.
Right.
Yeah. I think every guy knows a guy who at one point has just flipped their phone towards them, and you're like, what the fuck?
What?
And they're like, and then this chick I met on, whatever the fucking story is. But yeah, they don't go on a show and go, that's a great question. Give me 1 second. I just have to text some illicit photos to a guy that didn't ask for him.
You can imagine his lawyer if he happens to be watching during that. About any of this we're talking about, he's no.
You hear his hands smack his forehead all the way.
Yeah, it's like that one nature doc where I forget what I think it's like a lizard is running from like snakes on an island. It's just the island's full, and it's like every rock he jumps off, there's 100 more snakes, and it's just music set. And you're like, go, you do it.
It's like building a house of cards and somebody just hip checks the table when they're walking by. You're like, motherfucker, what are you doing?
So he's off tonight. Does he come back with a morning show tomorrow?
If there's a God.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching that clip. We got a bunch more stuff from a bunch of different other shows. So if you want to support us, you want to be a part of what's happening here, subscribe, notify, and get yourself a membership. 2 levels, $5, $10. We got more bonus shows than we know what to do with. So help us out. Get in here.